Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monsters Among Us virtual Halloween party. I am your guide, Derek Hayes. With me is the very talented Josh Morphus and my lovely wife, Werewolf Sarah. Today, I don't know what we're doing. We're going to try to throw together a little party for you guys. We have all sorts of things planned. Hopefully, this goes off without a hitch, but I seriously doubt that's going to be the case. But for now, this is Halloween. So as we let people funnel in here, we got about 100 people already, so this is great. We're going to start off with stories. Sarah, do we have a story lined up here?
Hang on, I don't have anybody in the studio yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna talk a little bit while we're waiting for all this to get in. I kind of figured this was gonna happen. What we got going on today is all kinds of surprises. We have trivia games. We're gonna be doing a costume contest. We're gonna be doing live music. Obviously, we're doing that right now, and so many other things. Some live story reads, a couple guests. So we're gonna have all kinds of fun. We're gonna run this until about 11 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Pacific, or 8 p.m. Pacific. So have a seat, get a drink, relax. If you got a costume on, get on camera so you're eligible for the costume contest, and let's get this baby a rolling here. Toledo in the house. Hey, hi Patty. I used to work in Toledo long ago. Okay, Sarah, how are we looking here?
Okay, I'm working on it. My computer is lagging a bit, and also now I'm not 100% sure that I can see people in the broadcast studio. That might be you.
I can see it. Josh, now can we turn that piano down some? I think we're a little loud on that guy. Thank you. And I see Mexi Milk is trying to get in here. We'll get this all taken care of. Just bear with us for a couple minutes, everyone. Well, I guess I'll start talking while we're waiting for everybody to get in here. It's Halloween, man. It's not the way we want to celebrate things. I know all the kids out there are wanting to trick or treat. Obviously, we go to here, and that's kind of why we're throwing this together to give somebody something to do, some sort of entertainment on this creepy, spooky holiday. Josh, it's beautiful. You're doing a great job. Maximo, it looks like you're trying to come in, but you don't have devices connected. You need to connect your camera and your audio there. Do we have anybody in the chat that's willing to tell a story that's not on cue? I know I have to keep the feed up, but they're not in here yet. So if anybody is willing to tell a story online, on live video, rather, now's your chance. Now's your opportunity, and we are ready.
No, go for it.
There's a lot of people in there. Hello, everyone. There's so many I can't even answer them. Oh, what do we got here? We got somebody buzzing in. It's the crypto dem mom herself, Addie Lloyd.
Hi, guys.
Addie!
Hey,
Oh,
Josh.
we have some more people coming in. Hi, Yami. How's it going?
Hey.
I
Hey,
did.
guys. This is
I
our
didn't hear from you guys.
newest addition to the family. This is Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
Hey.
Nathan's
Yeah.
putting together some music for
Nathan's
us.
a new fan of the show and a contributor in a
Oh,
big way.
yeah.
And here comes Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Bob is bad.
He's getting big.
Yeah, he's the same size as Kitty Milk, just not as fat.
Give him time. Okay, guys, we're looking for Michaela, Dan, Africa, and Jacob. If you guys are looking to tell your stories, I know you guys are signed up. So if you're in the chat, let us know somehow so we can buzz you in here and get one of these stories told. In the meantime, welcome everybody to the virtual Halloween party. See some great costumes, except for Josh's. Sorry about that, guys. I told him. He didn't listen.
What?
I'm making fun of you for not wearing a costume.
Yeah,
I'm
you
wearing
didn't
my MU shirt.
It's fair enough. Fair enough.
I ditched work today to be here, man.
Well, that's commitment right there. You probably
And
should.
I made it through a near-death crisis.
If you would have told me, I would have been in a costume for sure, but I didn't catch wind.
Josh is dressed as a
You look great, Derek. Both
Thank
of you and Sarah both.
Is that Captain
And
Spaulding?
look at Frida Kahlo down there.
Captain Spaulding for the win.
Sarah, do we have any of the storytellers popping in? Oh, I see Dan. He's still driving. So, okay, Dan, don't text and drive. We'll talk to you when you get in. We need you here safe.
Derek, I can't. Derek,
there's
just so you know,
Jacob.
I cannot see anyone trying to get into the studio, which is
That's
an
okay.
issue.
I got that under control. Jacob, I see you in there. Try to join the chat if you can. Sarah, can you help Jacob Ruth join the chat there so he can tell us his story? And while we're at it, guys, we are doing a trivia game show style thing. So we are looking for some volunteers that think they know a lot about cryptids. There's tons of prizes to win. So I highly suggest somebody sign up for the trivia. There's 3 rounds, and then there's the playoff round for the grand prize, which is sponsored by Cryptid Crate. So you get a 3-month subscription of Cryptid Crate for the grand prize. So that's pretty cool. And even if you lose, there's so many other great prizes to choose from. We have some excellent vendors today that have donated all kinds of stuff for us to give away. So, and while we're at it, I guess I should hit this up. Let me make sure I have the correct information. We do have a craft fair bazaar going on right now. So you just basically need to head over to Monsters Among Us podcast /spooky, and you can get up to 20% off of a lot of these stores. There's over a dozen different paranormal themed shops that are sponsoring tonight's broadcast. So you guys can jump over there right now, have a look. The coupon codes runs all weekend. So if you see something you like today and you want to buy it tomorrow, if you get paid or something, it's going to be live all weekend for most of these shops. So definitely check that out. And did we get Jacob in, Sarah? Jake.
Hey, Michaela is in the chat. I just dropped the link, so copy and paste.
So,
I think Jacob is ready,
Yeah.
but let
I
me
don't see him.
drop the link again.
Yeah, drop the link in chat. Jacob, just look for the link in chat. Sarah's going to drop it right now, and we can get you in here. Yami, where are you calling in from?
I'm all the way in Florida, sunny
Nice.
Florida.
Nice.
somebody tell me a spook. I haven't had, this is the scariest Halloween I have had in like 15 years. And I had the Halloween like as like a massive alcoholic once too. So like this is like the scariest Halloween I've ever had. Like
I spent my day with high schoolers, and today was the last day of the quarter. So everyone was literally trying to raise their grade to a 70 or higher so they get credit. That was
creepy.
terrible.
I remember those days. Yeah. Begging. Last day, just begging. What can I do? What can I? I'm gonna fail out of this class.
We did offer extra credit if kids would do a TikTok to the Napoleon Dynamite dance.
To the what?
Do a TikTok to the Napoleon Dynamite dance, but I said they had to have moon boots. So.
Oh, that's hilarious.
My costume right here.
Okay, Sarah, did we get him in?
Is that Mary Sweet?
It is, yes.
Hi.
Somewhere. Like,
Hey,
Right
hey, everybody. I'm dropping the link a bunch of times on both YouTube and Facebook, everybody. So all you got to do is click that link to get into this chat, and then you'll be in the background.
So we're looking for Michaela. We're looking for Jake. We're looking for Dan. Oh, Dan's driving, so don't worry about it, Dan. Africa and Jacob. Or I already said Jacob. If you guys are in here, grab that link that Sarah posted in either the Facebook chat or the YouTube chat, and let's get you in here to tell a story. But if that's not going to happen,
Never any dead air. I can tell my friends. I can tell my friend Caitlin's super authentic Sasquatch story.
Sarah, we have too many people in, and that's why we can't get them in. I think we lost somebody here.
Derek, I can't let anybody in or out. That's all you know.
I know. I got it. I'm just telling you. I'm just trying. There's Africa. Sweet. Here we go. We got a storytelling guy. Hi, Africa. How are you doing?
Hi. Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Oh, no. Of course. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
You have a story for us. Let me make sure. You have a ghost and a UFO story for us.
UFO alien experience. Yes, I got my. Hold on. I want to believe poster right behind me.
Nice. Now we got to start. We got to start with this UFO story. So if you don't mind, and everybody that's not telling the story, if you could mute your camera real quick, just so we can cut back on sound.
Yeah, totally. So do you just want me to go into it?
Yeah,
or?
Just go ahead. Yeah, just get started. Yeah. Tell us where you're from, where the story took place, that sort of thing, and then get on into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Derek.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. Just keep it a little low if you could.
Yeah, just help me keep the levels.
Sure.
I'm gonna play some spooky music to.
Okay.
Yeah,
vibe it out.
To get you adequately spooked.
Ooh, that's spooky content. By the way, I love y'all's costumes, Mothman especially.
That is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. But I am, of course, my name is Africa. Hello. I am currently living in Florida. Tallahassee to be specific. Originally I was from Ohio. Story takes place after the fact that my parents and I moved in 2005 to Milton, Florida. So this is all on Gulf Coast, which doesn't surprise anyone if you know UFO stuff. It was back, goodness, I'm trying to even think about the year, but I know it was probably around 2008, maybe 9. And my first UFO experience happened when this is really cliche. I had come out of my mom's car. It was nighttime. We had just finished karate practice. And I was being a little child, wishing on a star over a crush. I was like, oh, I wish with all my might that this guy would like me back. And I looked up at this like sky. And I was just like watching the stars. And the next thing I knew, I saw this thing just across the way. And I had never seen anything like it. And my mom was like, Africa, are you coming inside? And I was like, yeah. So I sprinted in. And that was the first time I ever saw a UFO.
Josh, I'm going to have you bring it down just a little bit. Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. Ever since I had that first encounter, it wasn't until like maybe a couple months after. I was maybe 13 or so, maybe 12. And I remember having this really weird nightmare. Now, the house was like really oddly laid out, and the house was like, it was 2 stories, but you would walk in on the second story. And there was, so coming out of my room, there was a hallway that went straight down, basement down, and everything like that. And in these nightmares that I would have, I would come out of my room, and the first time it ever happened, I walked outside onto the driveway. Outside, I looked up, and there was this craft. It was gray, and there were a couple lights, and they were just so bright I couldn't even look at them. And for whatever reason, I was filled with immediate dread. And I ran back inside the house, and the next thing I knew was I locked the door, I slammed the door shut, and I ran and I hid in the hallway. And I could see when I peered around that there was this creature. Like, I don't want to say the classic grays, but it just did, I couldn't look at it. And I looked over, and then it was like there. And then I heard something behind me. And when I turned my head around, like the hall, because the kitchen was right there, you could see out onto the balcony that we had behind the kitchen. And there were 2 of them there just chilling. And I
Do you mind
remember
describing them a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. They were, oddly enough, they were tall. These creatures were like they had like the classic like gray eyes, but they were tall, they were lanky, they were, and then I heard something behind me. They filled me with the utmost amount of dread that I ever felt. It was just like, it was like grays, but like really tall is the best way I can describe it. Because I mean, this has happened years before, and like,
Hold on 1 second, after. I'm sorry. I hear a lot of buzz. Can we have everybody mute? That's not. We're all muted, actually. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
It's okay. No, you're okay. Technical difficulties.
Oh, tons of them.
But yeah, they were by far some of the strangest things I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of strange things in my life, but they just tall, lanky, gray, and just big eyes. I mean, the classic gray, I guess, but just very tall and not short like you would assume. And I remember after that first time, I hid in the hallway and I like bundled up into a ball, and I just like cried and wished it was over. And then I woke up from that night terror. That same night terror kept happening for years until my parents and I moved out of that house in 2013, I want to say, my junior year of high school, 2013, maybe 2014.
Wow.
And that house was the source of so much like tension in my family, even due to the paranormal stuff that happened. But I didn't have that night terror until I moved to Colorado, where I lived for 3 years for college, going to the Art Institute. And I had it one time in my brother's house in Conifer. And that was the first time I had it since. And each time that dream kept happening, I would get smarter than them. I wouldn't go outside. I wouldn't do anything. I would like lock the door. I would stay in the room. I remember one time I held something. I don't remember what it was, but I held it as like a weapon. And I remember the time that it happened in Colorado was the same as the first time. And I was scared. And I just remember them just looking at me like, you're different, but it's still you.
Yeah.
And the next part that happened was probably the one that shook me the most. And that was because, like, I've told this story to like a couple of my friends, and they're like, that's really weird. Are you sure you just weren't like, on the influence? And I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, no, I was clean as can be that night. I know I didn't smoke or drink. I didn't go to bed late. I didn't watch anything scary. I wasn't binge watching the X-Files like I do. It was a normal night. And I had gone, and then first thing that I knew was I had fallen asleep. And I had fallen asleep laying and facing the wall across from me. I woke up and I was the other way. I was the completely different direction. And I looked up outside of the window, and this was in my brother's house in Conifer. He is 9,100 feet above sea level in a mountain. And this was on the second floor of his place. and I see this little head, like a very small gray, and she pops her head up over, and I immediately go to scream for my brother's name, and she just goes like this, and I couldn't speak, I couldn't do anything, and I'm shaking now just thinking about it. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, it affects people for sure. Like
Yeah.
when you hear a story, it's one thing, but when it happens to you, it's a completely different situation.
Yeah.
Really
But yeah, they and it sat there, and it was like it pushed open the window, and it came in over, because my brother, he had like the headrest of the bed just kind of like up against the wall, so it crawled over it. And she was like talking to me, but she wasn't moving her mouth. It was just words in my head. And she was like, I'm not here to hurt you. I've seen you before. She's like, you don't remember me, do you? And I was like, no. I was like, not at all. And I remember she said, okay, follow me. And I was like, okay. So I got up, and we walked out of the room and up the stairs. And for whatever reason, she was saying, she's like, your air dries my lungs. And it was, after she said that, she was like, do you remember me again? And I was like, it was like instantaneous. The bond that I felt with this creature, this alien, was like, it was something I had never felt. It's like that red string of fate that you feel. And I remember, like, I can still feel it, like, to this day. I can still remember what it felt like to put my hands on her shoulder. I mean, I'm 5'7", and she was maybe 4 foot, maybe 3 foot. And I put my hands on her little shoulders, and my hand was like on her neck. And I could feel the texture of her skin, it was slimy, but it was like goop at the same time, but scaly. It was tender and just loose. It felt like I could peel back the skin and it not be there at all. It was so odd. And I remember, like, she had like little slits on the side of each of her neck, like they were almost gills. It was so
Like
strange.
gills,
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I remember, like, we walked outside, and she was like, we sat outside on my brother's balcony, and you could see like the whole sky and everything like that. I mean, there's no light pollution out there. I mean, you're in the middle of the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
And she sat there, and she was like, I have been watching you since you were younger. And I was like, I don't remember you. She's like, I have been trying to stop them from coming back to you. And I was like, huh? And she's like,
A lot to unpack there for sure.
yeah.
Was there any kind of resolution to everything? Did they just stop showing up? Or?
They stopped showing up. She talked to me, and I think the next thing that ended up happening was she sat there and she said, I'm stopping them from coming, but I have something important to tell you. And I didn't understand what she meant, but for whatever reason, she's like, you need to be aware. And everything was like white noise in my ears as she was talking. And I just didn't understand it. And the next thing I knew, she was like, do you understand? And I just nodded. And I went, she turned, she said, okay. And I looked out to the sky, and I looked back, and there's a portal, just this green portal across the way, just over the other side of the balcony, like above the window, like 2 stories up. And she just looks back, she walks through. And then I zoned. I walked back to my room. I looked down at my body, who was still sleeping. And I was like, huh. And then I just went back in. So that was, and after that, I never had another night terror. I still haven't. And that's been, it's been a couple years since that incident happened.
There's a silver lining there, is what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you so much, Africa, for sharing your story
course.
with us.
Absolutely.
It's terrifying and amazing all at the same time. So thank you.
Yeah, of
We're
course.
going to move on to our next little thing here. And Captain Catfish, are you there? He was in the queue here a minute ago. We have some music to play. That's not Josh. Sorry, Josh. I know you're playing music. I didn't. No offense, Josh.
I wrote that.
Where's he at? Colby, you there, buddy? He was literally just here a minute ago.
Hey, Derek, there might be too many people in here, and you might have to let
have
some people
two slots.
out
I
in
have two
order to
slots
get
open.
him in.
I'll be going anyway. I have work at a graveyard shift at
Okay.
3 a.m. So
Oh,
thank
at
you
the
for
graveyard.
having me again.
Graveyard shift.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Africa.
you all. Bye.
Take care. Have a happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Is that Shannon? Oh, never mind.
Hey, Josh, I think you need to turn it down just a little bit when there's storytelling happening just from the comments.
Okay.
They're having a hard time hearing.
Okay.
Sarah, do we have plan B?
What's going on? You
Trivia?
Yeah.
I'm not
So
seeing
hold on.
Colby all of a sudden. Did he text me? He did. Still full. Okay, so we're going to have to boot some people. You guys can come back in, but we're going to boot you for a few minutes. Who's been here for a long time. Sorry, Addie. Bye. We'll see you in a few minutes.
You
Okay.
can boot me if you need to boot me.
No, we're okay. We're okay.
Okay.
I just got a kick from the studio. I just got to get room for Colby to get in here. All right, try now again, Colby. Sorry, guys. We're not professionals at doing this, believe it or not. I'm not even really a professional podcaster. Okay. Let's see here. So what do you guys think of Africa's story? Pretty spooky. Tall grays. I've never heard of those before. Okay. Well then, I see he's not able to get in for some reason, and I have kicked people out, so try it again. Colby, one more shot. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, so we're looking for some volunteers to play some cryptid trivia, or paranormal trivia rather, and there's great prizes to be given away. There's all sorts of stuff. They're difficult questions, so you kind of want to know what your stuff is. So we need 3 players first of all to start off with this thing. We're going to try to do that here in just a moment. So I see he's still not showing up. So we're going to kick it over to David, and we'll come back to Colby once we can get him in. So, Mr. Flora, ladies and gentlemen, David Flora of Blurry Photos Podcast and Quiz Bang Bang. And David is here for some trivia.
Yo.
So, 3 volunteers that will kindly play trivia. And if you are a storyteller or if you're trying to enter the costume contest, try to give it up to some other people. But if nobody's fighting to get in here, then it is what it is. So, David, how are you doing today?
Hey, good. What's going
I
on?
love the costume, Motho Man, huh?
Motho Man, yeah. It's a pretty small window, or I could show you all the stuff going on.
I have the same problem. I didn't even bother with the full garb because what's the point?
Oh, I'm not wearing pants. So
Most of the people in the chat aren't wearing pants. So you're going to run a little bit of trivia here for us, correct?
that's right. Yeah.
I see Dolores just volunteered. How do we get Dolores in here?
I texted you the room code.
The room code. Okay. So
Yeah.
let me do that.
And
Sarah, can you help us out with
I just commented the StreamYard link again. People are still having studio is full, so I think we need to kick
cycle
more
people out?
people out.
Okay, we're going to kick some people out, but just hang out and try to come back in here in a little bit, and we'll get you back in. So this isn't an insult, trust me. Let's see here. Okay, now we've kicked a few people. Let's see if that helps get people in here.
There are people trying to get in, and they're getting studio full.
I see that.
it's a very exclusive club.
It is so exclusive. Josh, I'm booting you for a bit. We'll bring you back. If you guys are waiting in a queue, and if you're not volunteering for trivia, if you could just jump out for a hot second and come back in a few minutes, that way we can get this thing rolling. We're hitting a little bit of a log jam here, trying to get people signed up.
I'll go ahead and hop off. I'm just on here for the costume contest, so I'll jump off.
Sweet. Awesome. Sarah, you got that noted, correct?
I gotcha. And I love it.
Sorry, guys. There's so much going on right now. I'm just doing my best to... here we go. We're going to circle back to Captain Catfish, and we're going to come back to the trivia. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me get... David, can you take your screen off, or do I have to do that?
Hey, that's all you, brother.
That's all me? All right. Well, I'll do it. Kick from
What's up, Colby?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Catfish is here to perform a song for us live from the state of West Virginia, where most of these things are from. So, Captain Catfish, please take it away. Let me get you a big old screen here.
Thanks. How you doing, Derek? Sam?
Good. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Can I see Flora there?
Yeah, he's in here as well, actually.
Hey, buddy.
I don't know where he went.
I think you kicked him out.
I did kick him out? Oh, sorry.
I don't see him.
Sorry, David. See you later, buddy. He can still hear you. All right. So if you don't mind, Colby, Captain Catfish, please take us away with whatever you got there. We'd love to hear it.
Will do. Thanks. So, Captain Catfish, Morgantown, West Virginia, home of home state of the Mothman, Flatwoods Monster. This song is called "Won't You Be My Yeti Already." It's from a VHS guide to indigenous cryptids. I forget my own album, apparently. All my stuff's available on Bandcamp. You can find this on Spotify, Facebook, everything, basically. But here we go. Can you hear that all right?
Yes, sounds good.
Perfect. You to be my Sasquatch, honey. Walk around and I make my money. That chupacabra is my love. Screaming all night and I'm drinking my blood. Won't you be my Yeti already? 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 I just want to discover you. Follow your tracks into my room. Lift your fingerprints off my skin. You look like anywhere I've been. Won't you be my Yeti already? 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 Feel your breath and your presence. You leave with my heart and the evidence. You can't be learned and you can't be tamed. Won't stop hunting till I feel your rage. Won't you be my Yeti already? 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 Thanks, buddy. That work out all right? Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Derek, you're muted.
Yeah. See, I was muted the whole time, so I was clapping. I was telling you how good of a job you did. I was doing all
could
this
see you
stuff.
clapping. I could hear it, but I couldn't hear it. You know what I mean?
I got you. No, I was hoping you could play one more for us, since we have you here, and it's so difficult to get people in and out. If you don't mind, you want to play one more?
Yeah. Yeah, let's
Brilliant.
go ahead and do both of them now. That works for me.
Sweet. And if you guys want to mute your mics, if you're just listening that way.
Perfect. Are you all ready? Maybe. We good?
Go ahead. I had myself muted. Sorry.
Perfect. There.
Well, welcome back to Amateur Hour. Apparently, we just lost him somehow, so let me see if we can get Captain Catfish back up in here. disconnect. There he is. There he is. He's coming back. Okay, you're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
No, you're good. I'm ready to roll. Okay, so
Rock
this
and
song
roll.
is called The Phantom of Flatwoods. So, obviously, it's about the Flatwoods Monster. It's a ballad. It's a folk song. One evening in Flatwoods, a mother and boys saw a great light and heard a great noise. They ran to the hilltop, didn't know what they feared. It was there in the dark that the phantom appeared. A phantom of Flatwoods, from Moon or from Mars, maybe from God and not from the stars. Please tell us why you fly o'er our trees, the end of the world or an omen of peace. The sight of the phantom was a sight to behold. Green eyes and red face, so the story was told. He floated in air with fingers of flame. It was gone with a hiss, just as quick as it came. Oh, phantom of Flatwoods, from Moon or from Mars, maybe from God and not from the stars. Please tell us why you fly o'er our trees, the end of the world or an omen of peace. The people were frightened, they started to pray. They were living in hopes of another new day. There's no end to this story, except just to say this world will go on, for it's written that way. Oh, phantom of Flatwoods, from Moon or from Mars, maybe from God and not from the stars. Please tell us why you fly o'er our trees, the end of the world or an omen of peace. Thanks, guys.
Get me unmuted in time to clap here. Thank you, Captain Catfish. I really appreciate you coming on here and doing this. If you guys get a chance, go check out his music. Sarah and I listen to it in the game room all the time. There's pretty good cryptid hits there. So, do you have anything to plug, or where do you want to send people that are interested in any of your stuff?
Yeah, so I know I kind of plug at the beginning. I'll plug at the end too. You know?
Sure.
I got a new album. I'm working on a new solo album. It's going to be kind of like creepy themed. It's not going to be completely cryptid. It's more of like, songwriting, but I just can't help myself from, writing about creepy things. And, there's definitely some cryptid influence and things like that. That should be done soon, hopefully. And then, like I said, Facebook, basically, if you just Google Captain Catfish, all my stuff will come up, because I can assure you there's no other Captain Catfishes. And that's Fish, F-E-E-S-H. It's Appalachian dialect. So yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp, BigCartel.com for t-shirts. We're on Spotify, so you can listen to Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all that stuff. So yeah.
Good deal. And like I said, we love it. So go check Colby, Captain Catfish. Go check them out. Amazing stuff. And thank you again for coming on. We really appreciate it. Love the guitar too. I have one just like it behind me. Stickers all over.
Appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Yep. Take care. Happy birthday, by the way.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to move on here to trivia. So I know we had some volunteers in there. Sarah, did we get trivia set up?
All right, so we have 2 people. So it looks like D is going to be team 1. Is it? Sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but is it Jenny and Patrick?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and then you guys are going to be team 2. And then who wants to be team 3? We need one more.
We need one more volunteer. If you're in the chat, go ahead and volunteer.
If you're already in here and you want to play, look at the private chat. Okay, Shay. So you be team 3 and just look up there. Go to that link there that I put. I'm not gonna say it because we don't want everyone to go in there.
And we need 2 other rounds of trivia. So if you're interested, be thinking about it. And Sarah, how can these people get a hold of you that want to sign up for trivia? What's the best way to do this?
I think just say it, and I'm watching the live stream, like the chat box. So just say that you want to play. So I see Brandon wants to play. And then just stick around and wait for the StreamYard link when I drop it again, when we're getting ready to queue it up again.
Very good. Very good.
And then one other thing, Derek, there's a little chat in the bottom left. I don't know if you can see it on your computer, but I think everyone can see it. And if you can get rid of it in some way.
Oh. Sure. I see what you're talking about, but I have no idea how to get rid of that.
Yeah,
I don't even know where
like
that came from.
I know. I think it's like an error, but okay. Well,
Okay.
that sucks because it's covering David. So I kind of want to maybe jump out so that it's not going to cover David.
Let me play with that for a hot second. See if I can't. It's pretty limited on what we can do here, so I don't see any fix for that. Unfortunately, I think it is some sort of error with the program we're using. So anyway, do we have our contestants lined up? Shay, you're going to be our 3rd contestant, correct? So.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, David. Let's get you in here. Let's get you going. Where is your little window at? Where am I? I'm not seeing it.
There I am.
There it is, but it's okay. Finally, there we go.
Boom.
Boom.
All right, time for some trivia. So, do we have everybody in the ccg.buzz? And have people entered their room code?
Yeah, mine says buzzed. Is it supposed to say that?
It says what?
I'll cover there. I don't know. It just says buzzed. Is that supposed to be?
That should be it. It should be a little button that you'll use to ring in.
Okay.
Did it ask for a name or anything to put in? Because if not, I'll just have to say team 1.
Yeah.
One sec. We need to pull up the ccg.buzz thing.
Cool.
Sorry about that.
And by the way, I'm going to say this real quick before I'm going to say it a bunch of times, but if you're in the chat and you just get kicked out, no offense, we're just cycling people in and out because there's so many people trying to get in. So if you get kicked out and you want to come back in, get back in the queue and we'll bring you back in here in a bit.
Alrighty, well, we're. Does everybody have at least their team picked out there? We got a team 1, a team 2, and a team 3 at least.
Yeah.
So the names showing up.
Who's team 1? Let's do it that way.
I'm team 1.
Awesome.
Okay.
He is team 1. Who's team 2?
Us.
We're team 2.
Alrighty.
Jane Patrick, sweet. And who's team 3? Shay?
Yeah, it's me.
Perfect. And you guys have your buzzers ready to go?
Buzzer.
Yep.
I think so. I don't know.
We'll find out.
It should be okay. If you got a little green button, that should be it.
Yeah. So basically, David's going to ask a question and hit that buzzer, and he's going to take care of the rest. I think. I hope.
So basically, there's going to be 2 categories that we're going to do with 5 questions each. First one, we've got anomalous phenomenon, and then we've got Bigfoot. And what's going to happen is you answer it right. It's like Jeopardy rules. You answer it right, you get the points. If you answer it incorrectly, you lose the points. And then the team with the most points at the end wins. So you've got 10 seconds to answer each question. There's a little countdown timer that will happen above the question when it pops up on your screen. I'll ask you the question when it pops up. And then you just buzz in when you think you know the answer. And then I'll call on you. Let me call your team first before you answer, just in case we, get out of order or something. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward, just kind of like you'd see on Jeopardy. So team 1, since you are team 1, we'll let you select first. Which one would you like here?
I think anomalous phenomena for 300.
For 300, all righty.
Yeah.
What does the abbreviation OOPARTS stand for? Time's up. That would be out of place artifacts. Out of place artifacts. All right, Team 1, you still have control.
Well, that shows me. I'll dial it back to anomalous phenomenon for 100, please.
Alrighty, for 100. What corny phenomena often shows circular patterns in fields? Dolores Norman.
Crop circles.
That is correct. Still have control.
Bigfoot for 100.
For 100. What is the North American name for Bigfoot, commonly attributed to a Native American language? Team 1, once again.
Sasquatch.
That is correct. Sasquatch. What next?
Bigfoot for 200.
Going down the line. Bigfoot's popularity arguably kicked off with the 1967 footage of whose film? Team 3, Dr. C.
Patterson and Gimlin.
That is correct, and you're on the board. Where would you like to go?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with anomalous phenom for 200.
For 200. Death resulting from fire with no apparent external source of ignition is commonly known by what three-word phrase? Dolores Norman.
Spontaneous human combustion.
That is correct. And now you have control.
Anomalous phenomena for 400.
What glowing aerial phenomena did some World War II aircraft pilots report seeing? Team 3, Dr. C, what'd you think?
Foo Fighters.
It was Foo Fighters. Well done. You have control.
Ooh, let's go anomalous phenomenon for 500.
500. The Book of the Damned, New Lands, Low, and Wild Talents were books written by which researcher of phenomena? Dolores Norman.
Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. One moment. Charles Fort.
What's that?
Charles Fort.
That is correct. 500 points to you and control of the board.
Bigfoot 300, please.
What Animal Planet show has, perhaps ironically, run for 9 seasons? Patrick and Ginny.
Is it searching for Bigfoot or hunting for Bigfoot? Or no?
Not exactly. Sorry. Dr. C.
That's Finding Bigfoot.
Finding Bigfoot was what we were looking for.
So close.
Very close. Dr. C, you have control of the board.
Ooh, let's do 400 for Bigfoot.
John Lithgow starred as a suburban dad who befriends Bigfoot after accidentally hitting him with his car. Dr. C.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's right.
Close.
And the last one goes to you. Soviet historian Boris Porshnev suggested that Bigfoot could be a remnant of what early human species? Dr. C.
Gigantopithecus.
Close, but no. Anybody else? It is Neanderthal. So, at the end of the game, we have Team 1 with 900 points. Means you'll be moving on. Congratulations. Thank you, guys.
Nice work. And so the two second place and third place finishers actually get a prize for this. So second place, actually, let's do this. Third place gets Of Grave Concern is the company, and they've donated a historical zombie outbreak wooden plaque. So that will be shipped to you courtesy of Grave Concern. And second place, who got second place? Dr. C. Shay got it. You get a paranormal themed T-shirt from Jamie Murray Art, and he's a very talented artist that does a lot of work for Monsters Among Us. So he'll be sending you a shirt. And who won this one? D, did you win this?
Yes, I did.
You are moving on to the next round, so you don't win anything yet.
Yeah.
You're going to win something later. So stick around. Do not disappear. We're going to bring you back for another round in an hour or so. And if you can't make it, let us know, and we'll figure something out.
Gotcha.
Thank you, David. I'm going to get rid of you for a little while, and we'll bring you back.
Thank you, guys. Good job.
Thanks.
Good work. I don't know why I waved. Okay, so now, what is next on our list here? I think it's time to do another story, but first, I am going to take a really quick little break here, and I have something a little magic set up to. Oh, geez, come on, computer. It's my first day here, guys. Bear with me. I know. It's killing you. The the tension's killing everybody. So bear with me 1 second. We're almost there. You'd think I was a pro. It is not going to work for me. Sorry about that, guys. I'm having some serious difficulties here. Okay, so Sarah, can we get another storyteller in while I'm messing around with whatever it is I'm trying to do here? Because this is clearly isn't working the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, are there people waiting in the background studio?
Yes, there's a ton of people. Oh, actually, here's Michaela. Hi, Michaela. Do you want to tell your story now? Oh, you're muted still. You have to unmute yourself. Oh, here, I'll get you. You're unmuted now.
Hello.
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 Welcome from the UK. You're from all the way over there, and it's probably pretty late your time.
It is, yes. Way past my bedtime.
Well, let's get your story told real quick so that you can go to bed. We'll let you do that. So I hear you have a story about possibly a demon opening your front door or knocking on the front door.
Yes, well, quite a few things happened all in one night. It was Halloween in 2018, and I'd been out trick-or-treating with my children. We'd managed to put them to bed, and it was time for the grown-ups to watch a horror film. So I popped out to the local shop, and it was pitch black outside. And on the way back, as I walked past my neighbour's house, I noticed a shadow out of the corner of my eyes. And it was a really weird troll shape with really thin legs and a big wide body and a bulbous head. And it just walked across a fence panel as I was looking out of the side of my eyes. And I thought, oh my goodness, I think I've just seen a shadow creature, which was really freaky. So I walked back home, and my husband and I watched a horror film. And as we were sat there watching it, there came 3 large raps at the front door. So we paused the film, and I answered the door thinking that there would be some teenagers running down the street, but there was no one there. So I looked outside and walked right down to the bottom of the drive, and still no one there. So I turned back and walked back into the house. And as I stepped back into the house, I heard really loud footsteps running down the upstairs hallway into the bathroom. So thinking it was the children, I shouted upstairs that I was going to come up and see them. I ran upstairs and went into the kids' bedrooms, and they were both fast asleep. So I turned around and came back downstairs, and one of the freakiest things was that I walked into the living room and looked at the clock, and it was exactly 12 midnight. So all those 3 things happened within about an hour and a half of each other on Halloween 2018.
Now, is there any kind of history in the location that would lend to this kind of activity? Or?
Not at all. Absolutely nothing has happened. I've had disappearing objects in the house, but it was a complete curveball. I've never had anything like that since or before. So I've no idea what was going on. So I'm quite nervous about this Halloween, it being 2020 and all. Who knows?
Sure. What's gone wrong this year that you could be worried about?
Ooh, now let me think.
Well, that's pretty incredible. And you told the story a couple weeks ago about the 2 zombies, the cloaked zombies that I accidentally played twice. So if anyone's recognizing your voice, that is why.
It's me.
Thank you so much for sharing the story. It's pretty amazing, and I love hearing stories from other parts of the world, other countries, that kind of thing. It really puts our stories in perspective when we know that everyone else is sharing the same things we're experiencing.
Yeah, really, it really brings us together. I'll share some more when I've got a chance.
Wonderful. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to see if I can get this to work this time. Hot dog. We finally got something working for once. Bear with me for a minute.
Halloween is really a special time, isn't it? At Halloween time every year, I sit up here and watch everybody go by. All those wonderful costumes and masks and makeup. I think about how much fun Halloween is. I also worry a little bit about the things that can spoil the fun of Halloween. Those kinds of things scare me too, but in a different way.
That's fine. Have you decided what kind of face you're going to make on it yet? Yeah.
Now, a pumpkin's not easy to carve. I know that. You need the proper tools. Then you cut the top off so you can scoop out the insides. It takes a sharp knife. And you know sharp knives can be dangerous if they're not used right. Getting my inside scooped out tickles me. It'd tickle you too, if you were a pumpkin. Some people even think it's fun to smash pumpkins. Oh no, that's not fun. Not for all the people who work so hard carving pumpkins, but especially not for us pumpkins. Whew, wow, that was close.
Hey guys, he somehow got booted, so he's working on getting back in. I don't know how he can get back in. Hold on.
I got booted out of my own thing there. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. So that was giving me a little bit of time so we could set up this costume contest, which we are ready to do now. So, Sarah, you have narrowed down. I see some costumes waiting. Hold on one second. Let me get these guys in here. Oh, there's Jacob. Hey, Jacob. And Josh is back. I don't know if Josh knows he's back, though. I'll keep him out just in case he doesn't. Okay, so Sarah, do we have our 3 winners for our first round of the costume contest?
Wait, I thought we were doing 1 winner.
3 winners. First round, 3 winners.
Oh, okay.
We run a tight ship around here, guys. I don't know if
you're going to need to come back to me. Sorry.
Well, give me. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna come back. I see some other people hanging around in here. Oh no, that's David. We're all right. So we're waiting for you want to be in. So let me tell you, everybody, how you get into the costume contest. Basically, if you see the window, you see all these costumes on here. The best way to enter is to get on the video and show off your costume. And Sarah's taking note of everybody, and we're going to kind of pick when we have a little downtime between videos here. So basically, all you got to do to get in is exactly what Ash just did, and just hop in there. And now she's entered in the costume contest. Hi, Ash. So that's all you got to do basically to get entered. And if you don't win a round, you're still eligible for the next 2 rounds. So there's 9 total prizes costume wise to give away. So if you're in a costume, you're looking pretty good.
Okay. Hey. Okay. So I have 3 people that have been around.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's do 3rd place first.
Okay. So 3rd place, I'm gonna do the bear that was in here earlier. So here's the problem, Derek. I can't see anyone's name.
Oh,
okay. I'm not sure if you can. So
yes, I can. The bear was Cryptic Comfort, I believe.
Okay. All right. Cool. So that's 3rd place.
Okay, and they win a Spirit Board T-shirt from Black Flame Bazaar. They sponsored this particular prize. So if you win a prize, make sure you email us, and we'll get you in touch with the prize donator, and we'll get you guys' prize sent out to you. So make sure you shoot me an email after this is over or while it's going on, letting me know that you won something, who you are, and we'll get it out to you. Okay, go ahead, Sarah, for the second one. These are in no particular order, by the way. This is just top 3 costume contest.
Okay, so number 2 is Pumpkinhead that's in here right now.
Pumpkinhead. Oh, there she is. Orange Skull. Yes.
Yep.
I didn't realize you couldn't see the thing.
I can't see anyone's names, which is
She
unfortunate.
said Pumpkinhead earlier, and I was thinking, do you mean Orange Skull? But okay. So
Well, I don't know. It's small, but I'm
know.
thinking of pumpkin.
And you have won from the lovely Brett Manning art. She's donated a candle and a print, and I love her shop. So you're going to be very happy with the stuff that she sends over.
Awesome.
And Sarah, our last winner for the first round.
Okay, the last winner is Mothman that was in here earlier.
Oh yes, was that Yami? I think she was in here earlier. Yes. So Yami, you win from Lainey Willow, a candle, crystal, and a pennant. So make sure you guys get a hold of us, and we will get those prizes out to you guys in the next week or so. So if you have a costume on, and if you don't, you still have time. Go whip something up, come back, and see if you can't win a prize. Now we're going to move on to our next little thing here, which would be trivia. We're back to trivia, guys. So let me get David in here. And do we have any volunteers to go again for trivia? Again, there are great prizes to win here, guys. So don't be shy. Get on in here and answer some questions. Sarah, do we have anybody lined up for the second round?
Okay, well, it looks like Orange Skull wants to play trivia.
Sweet.
And then
Come on, it's fun.
Who else wants to play?
I saw John Capice was in there earlier, and he wanted to play. John, are you
I
still there?
know. I also saw Brandon Sauer, I think, said he really wanted to play
Okay, yeah,
trivia.
Brandon.
Is
Yeah.
he in the background or anything?
No, nobody's waiting to get in. But I
Okay.
think
All right, let me just give the link again to get in.
I got a new code for you, Derek. I texted it to you.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I'll send that off as well.
Okay, yeah, there's Brandon. He wants to play.
Sweet.
Brandon, I just dropped the link in the chat, so just join that. Derek, there might be too many people in here, but I don't know.
I think we're all right.
Okay.
I still have one more space, it looks like. Actually, that's not true. Again, I'm going to remove some people from the chat. You guys can come back. I just need to make some room for some new contestants. So if you get booted, no offense. Just trying to cycle people out as much as possible.
Brandon's trying to get in, but it says full, so try booting someone else.
Okay. Let me see here. Whoops. Don't want to ban people from the... Just want to kick them out. I don't want to ban them from this thing.
I just called the cops on someone.
Oh, yeah, well, do what you got to do, man. Okay, so they should be able to get in now. Was it Brandon we were waiting for?
Yeah.
Okay, still waiting here. So do we have two contestants, or we just have one so far?
I think we only have. I think we only have one. But guys, speak up if I'm wrong. It's just sorry, we got a lot going on.
So the chat disappeared for me for some reason.
Oh, that's weird. Actually, it's not the way this thing's going. It's not weird at all. I'm going to dump that thing out for a hot second so we can see everybody. Lainey's in with her costume. Hi, Lainey.
Hi.
That's all.
Don't know why the chat disappeared. Let me remove you and see if it comes back. Let's try that. Did it work that time? I'm just going to keep bringing people. Oh, I love the horns. Those are awesome.
I can see Lainey's
Thank you, I'm the Maryland Goat Man.
Oh, the Maryland Goat Man. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love it. Sarah, take note of that one for sure.
David Flora introduced me to the Maryland Goat Man, so shout out to you.
Hey, all right.
Nice.
I like the hatchet.
Okay, so we are waiting around for other trivia people trying to get into the.
Brandon is trying to get in. He's not in the studio yet, right?
No, I'm trying to get him in here, but let's see here. Yeah, he's just not showing up, unfortunately. Well, I'll tell you what. I got a couple plan Bs here if we're waiting for everybody.
Hold on. Before you say that, sorry. So the girl in the middle, I'm sorry, I can't see anyone's names, but I want to write down your costume. Can you tell me what you are?
Ash, I think, is you're talking about.
Yeah, it's Ash. I'm a fairy.
Ooh, I love that. Okay.
I wish I knew how to make it big. I don't know how to do that. Yeah. Whoops, I kicked her out. That's not what
she's gone.
I accidentally kicked her out of there.
At least you got her name first.
Yeah, I love that. You guys all look great.
Oh, here we go. Solo layout. Hey, there we go. Now we can show off costumes.
Oh, awesome. I love.
Brilliant.
That looks awesome.
Well done. Now, exit. So while we're at it, let's look at some goat man horns here.
Yeah.
Nice. Those are brilliant.
And the lab coat and everything.
Yeah.
So
and
cool.
the axe. Too cool. What else we got? Anything else we could showcase in here? Oh, what's Jacob got on here? Let's have a look here. Man, I'm so bad at doing this. How am I in the... Bear with me, guys. There we go. How's this like Vikings, right? Nice.
Yep. I left
Very cool.
it outside. I have a homemade sword I made.
Homemade sword, sweet. Yeah, leave that thing outside. It's probably safer. Awesome. Freaking out of the horn and everything. Awesome. Okay. Well, I don't see the other contestants, so I'm not real sure what's happening here with that. So I'm going to move on to something else. Sarah, hopefully in the background you can get that thing rolling. Is that something doable?
Yeah, I'm trying. It's just I can't tell who's trying to come into the studio.
I'm watching. I'm watching. I just haven't seen anybody that we're waiting for to come in.
Okay, cool. And then, hey, so Viking, what's your name? I just want to write down everybody's name and costume. Jacob? Okay. Sorry, I wish I could see everyone's name.
Oh, there's Brandon. Sweet. All right. We got him. Hey, Brandon, how's it going?
Okay, cool. And then, hey, so...
Doing just fine, man.
Sorry,
Good.
I wish I could see his name.
Sarah, we can't hear you. Okay.
I'm not talking. Does anyone else who's in here want to play?
Yeah, we're waiting for one more trivia contestant so we can get this thing rolling. If we have anybody looking to play, we can bring you in right now. Somebody, I gotta mute you, Brandon. We can hear echo, so I'm gonna mute you for now. Let's see, anybody else in there? Sarah, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip real quick, and then we can come back and do this trivia. So, real quick, a good buddy of mine does some visual graphic arts, animated art actually, and I gave him a story that somebody submitted, and he was kind enough to actually animate this for us. So, with a debut from Trout and Tackle, my good friend Matt put this together for us. So, enjoy.
Hey, Derek, this is Michael. I'm calling because I was just listening to the most recent episode and I heard Joe's call about the mist figures and the knock after he saw them. I am calling because I heard that and it really freaked me out, honestly. I grew up in the Gold Beach area. I lived there for 10 years when I was younger. And one time, something very similar happened to me. I was camping up at the Lobster Creek campground, about 10, 15 miles up the Road River there in Gold Beach. And I was staying in a cabin with my girlfriend. We were the only ones up at the campground. It was completely deserted. Generator wasn't on, anything like that. There was no power. And we're staying in one of the cabins. And there was the front door. We walk in the front door, and there's a hallway. And we were to the left side. We were in there. We had the door closed. So our door and the front door were both closed. And we were just laying there, hanging out. And it's probably 2 in the morning, and we hear the front door open and then slam shut. And we just kind of stop. We get really nervous and really freaked out. And then we hear footsteps coming down the hallway towards our door. And then we hear just 3 loud bangs, just bang, bang, bang on our door. And we don't move. We are absolutely terrified. So we just stay awake the entire night because we don't know if there's someone out there or anything like that. We don't hear any noises afterwards, just the 3 loud bangs. And so we get in the morning, probably about 7 o'clock in the morning. We could have stayed there until noon, but we really just wanted to get out of there. Well, it was as soon as it got light outside so that we could see and not crash or anything like that, because it's a pretty windy road to get up there. And we get up about 7 o'clock in the morning, and we go outside, and it's a very, very deep fog. Like, can't see more than 20 feet ahead of you. And I get really nervous about driving in it just because I had an older car and didn't have the best anything, really. But we're like, we can't stay here anymore. It's too freaky. So we get into our car, and we start driving away. And at the gate of the campground, I had to get out of my car and open up the bar, drive through, get back out, and close it. And as I get back into my car after closing it, I look in my rearview mirror, and it looks like there's a person standing there behind the bar. But I can't make out any details because it's super foggy and everything like that. But it just terrified me, honestly. So when Joe called in about seeing figures in the mist and then hearing 3 loud knocks afterwards, it really just kind of got me riled up. So that's my story. Joe, I heard you. I know what it's like. Been through that. Not the only one. Thanks, Derek. Have a great night.
And a big thanks to Matt for putting that together. That was pretty awesome. It's always cool to see those things come to life like that, and hopefully we can progress that a little bit more. You'll see some more animations here in the future. Okay, so Sarah, do we have finally another contestant? We're having a hard time getting people in here. I think I'm going to have to.
Do you have anybody waiting in the background?
I don't know, and I have room, so.
All right, I don't know. Lisa is trying to get in, but
Lisa,
she's giving
okay.
up.
Let me try one thing here, Lisa. Let me see if I can get you in here.
I think she.
Okay.
I don't know. I think she might be. Never mind.
I'm gonna have to like physically remove a few people from the group, I think, so that people can come in. So we'll be all right. We'll get through this. Okay. So Shadow, does Shadow want to play trivia? Is that what Shadow is here for? Let me bring Shadow in. Hi, Shadow.
You're in the show. Hey, hi.
How's it going? Are you here for trivia?
Hey, Derek.
How's it going?
Good.
We're looking for a third trivia player. Are you interested?
Yeah, win or lose. We win.
Well, you win all kinds of stuff, even if you lose. So
Right,
it looks
exactly.
like we have our 3. Sarah, can you get Shadow the information she needs?
Shadow, can you see the private chat there on the right?
Can I see what?
A private chat box on the right there.
No. Where's the private chat box?
It's on the far right in the middle of your window. It should have a red dot on it that says 15.
Okay.
Are you on using your phone? So everybody who's getting ready to play trivia, the website is ccg.buzz. And then there's a game code that is in the private chat there.
Is it working? I can see it. No. Okay, we lost her completely.
Oh, okay. So Orange
All right,
Skull.
somebody's got to play this.
Orange Skull is ready to play, and
I'm having a hard
so
time getting people in here. Is the problem?
All right, so Orange Skull, you be team 1. Brandon, you be team 2.
Oh, I already logged in as team 1.
wait.
Sorry.
I logged in as team 2.
Oh,
so.
we have 3 people. Okay.
Oh, okay, great, perfect. All right, David, are
Wait,
you ready?
I think you have too many people.
Are we all signed up?
Playing?
Did we lose David?
No, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Who's team 1?
I am.
Oh, you played last round though, didn't you?
Yeah. You're not in this round, actually.
Oh, I'm not in this round.
Yeah,
You'll come back for the
final round.
The finals, yeah.
To win the game
okay, I get it.
grand prize.
Logged out.
Okay. All right. So now I think we're good. So Brandon and Blaze are both trying to play, and then Orange.
Okay.
Skull,
There we
right?
go. There's Blaze.
All right.
In
So
the chat.
do we have a team 1?
Orange Skull, you're team 2, right?
I'm team 2.
Okay.
Who's team 2? Who's team 3?
Brandon, are you team 1?
Brandon, be team 1 if you can.
And then Blaze, you're going to be team 3. And if you're looking for the code, it's in private chat, which is on the link on the far right of your window. It's just a little button that says private chat. And everyone that's just watching, bear with us. I'm so sorry this is taking so long, but there's so many moving parts to all this stuff. So there's a lot of downtime, and we're doing our best to try to clean all that up.
So when you get in the room, you should get a little green buzzer on your device, whatever you're using. That'll be what you use to ring in.
Okay, are we all in and ready to go with trivia? Yep. Blaze, Brandon, you guys ready? Cool.
I'm
all right,
ready.
David, take it away.
All righty.
Get the rules real quick and then roll.
What's that?
You want to explain the rules really quick before you?
I will. Yeah. Let me bring our hot, sexy music out here. So we have 2 categories that we're going to have 5 questions each, and they have point values. It's kind of like Jeopardy. You answer it correctly, you get the points. You answer it incorrectly, and you lose the points. And whoever has the most at the end will move on to the final round. And make sure you don't answer until I call your name or your team name, so you're not jumping over somebody else. So we'll get started here with the first category, which is Fortean geography. And the next one is cryptids. Team 1. Is that Brandon?
That's me.
All right, Brandon, you have control of the board. You can make a selection.
Let's do cryptids for 200.
200. The Missouri Monster is known more commonly by what abbreviated name? Orange Skull.
Momo.
That is correct. Orange Skull, you have control.
You can hit it anytime.
Cryptids for 100.
For 100. What Central American cryptid is known in English as goat sucker? Brandon.
That would be the chupacabra.
That is the chupacabra. You can select.
Fortean geography for 100.
For how much?
100.
100. Nessie is said to inhabit the waters of Loch Ness in which country? Blaze.
Scotland.
Scotland is correct. You may make a selection.
I'll take cryptids for 300.
For 300. What deadly creature terrified a swath of South Central France in the mid-1700s? Blaze.
The Beast of Gévaudan, or as it's known, La Bête un Gévaudan.
Both are correct. Well done. What would you like next?
Bonus points.
Cryptids 400.
Which flying cryptid was described in a 94 Washington State sighting as being 9 foot tall with yellow eyes, leathery wings, and blue or purple fur? Blaze.
Bat Squatch.
The answer is Bat Squatch. Well done. Still in control.
I'll take cryptids for 500.
Give either name for the now extinct, maybe, half-striped carnivorous marsupial from Australia. Brandon.
Oh, I just completely blanked. Tasmanian tiger.
That works. The other one we're looking for would be thylacine. Good job. You can select Brandon.
For TN geography, for 200, please.
For 200. Yeti are said to inhabit which mountain range?
Okay.
Blaze.
The Himalayas.
The Himalayas is correct. Control, back to you.
3, 4, 5.
I'll take 300 and 40 in geology.
Alrighty, for 300. In which country would you find the Nazca lines? Blaze.
The
Country.
Peru.
Peru is correct. Well done. 2 more.
400.
400.
Alrighty. The Cement Monster, Fontana Speedway Monster, and Yucca Man are all hairy hominids in what state?
Bigfoot.
Blaze.
Bigfoot in.
No, which state?
Oh, which state? California?
It is California. Good job. And 1 to go.
At 500.
500.
South Carolina was the site of a famous lizard man in what swamp?
Skateboard
Blaze.
Swamp. I live in South Carolina. That's my cryptid.
Blaze just ran away with this round. Well done. So in first, we've got Blaze. Second place, we've got Brandon. And in third place, we've got Orange Skull. Well done, everyone.
Nice work. So we have some prizes to give away. So third place, Orange Skull, you get, what do we got here? A hidden cryptid calendar from Timothy Wayne Williams Art. And it's a bunch of paintings with Bigfoot hidden in them. It's pretty awesome. And who won second place? Is that Brandon? Brandon, you get a paranormal themed t-shirt from Cryptid Zoo. Julian's a big proponent of Monsters Among Us and does a lot of our Mirrored Men art. So thanks for Julian for donating that. So you guys win both of those. Email us so that we can get your prize out to you. And who won? Blaze, you're going to go on to the third round. You get your prize then. We're going to have one more round, and then we'll have basically the playoffs to see who's the champion of trivia. So, David, thank you again for putting this together, and I'm going to get rid of you for another few minutes, and we'll circle back.
Thanks, guys.
Now, Jacob, I have you in here. Are you interested in telling your story now? Sweet. Okay, let me get you. I'm just going to go ahead and put you up on the screen here so that you can... So you can take it away. One moment. Whoa. Whoops. There we go. All right, Jake.
Hi,
Take it
everybody.
away.
Yeah,
Well,
my
first of
story's
all,
going
where are
to
you
take
from,
place.
real quick, if you don't mind?
I'm sorry?
Just where are you from, real quick, before you start, if you don't mind?
Central Pennsylvania.
Got it.
Yeah, if you look on the map, if you look at State College, I'm just about an hour south of there. So go Penn State.
Go Bucks.
No.
Big
You're lucky I like your podcast.
You're lucky I like your makeup. So what do we got? What do we got story-wise today? What happened to you that you want to talk about?
I actually have quite a few stories, but the story I picked for tonight is going to be a story. It happened 11 years ago. The story place takes in Southwest Michigan, where we formerly lived. My ex-wife and I were renting out a old farmhouse that belonged to her family. Her aunt and uncle had moved out. The house had been abandoned for, not more than about a year, maybe 2 years. And I would go in before we would move in and go through all the hassle of like trying to move all the trash while you're living in there. I went in to clean it out and to renovate it. And it wasn't anything major, but rooms needed stripped, ceilings needed done, stuff like that. On this particular evening that I went in, it was just myself. I didn't, at the time, my oldest was a year old. My youngest was just a couple months old. I wasn't taking them in with me. It was just get in, get out, get it done and over with. I'd come in and spend more time in the next day. When I went in, I had a little backstory of my routine was I went in, I would plug in the radio so I'd have something to listen to, but I would unplug it when I left since we weren't living there, so we weren't running the power bill up or anything. So since I was just going in and out, I was only going to be an hour. I didn't do that tonight. I went in, went to the back room, started working on the ceiling, tearing down drywall so I could put new ceiling tiles up and everything. And about not more than 15, 20 minutes into the job, the radio in the kitchen turned on, ran for about a minute, and then turned back off. Right away, I just thought, okay, you're stupid. You turned the radio on, you forgot about it. It's halfway plugged in, halfway plugged out. It's going through a power flux or whatever. So I just ignored it and kept working. About not more than 7 minutes later, it did it again, but this time it was like a burst. So I was actually getting frustrated with myself. I'm like, okay, you left the plug in. It's just going to do this for a little while. When it did it the third time, I'm like, that's enough. I just want to get this done and over with. So I walked in the kitchen to just unplug it. It wasn't unplugged, or it wasn't plugged into the wall. It was laying wrapped up on the counter with the radio. There's no batteries in the radio, so the only way it gets power is through the outlet. So instead of accepting what happened, you imagined what you heard. You did not hear the radio. Go back to work. So I went back to it. I no sooner walked back to the back room to go back on the ceiling and touch the ladder, I had a 10-second blast of music again across the radio. So I'm like, okay. I stopped. I walked the house, made sure nobody else was there because the only two people who had keys to the house was myself and my wife's aunt and uncle. So is somebody playing a joke? Is this like some prank that one of the kids are doing? What is it? Nope. There's no houses next door. It's all cornfields, pastures. It's just me. So I'm like, all right. I go back. I am literally trying to rationalize all that's happening. I go back to it, and probably about 10 minutes later, the radio just blasts loud sound across it and then shuts off. So I literally stand there in the silence and ask, do you want the radio on? I get a loud, like almost a siren horn come across the radio instantly, and then it shuts off. So I walk into the kitchen, I plug the radio in, turn the radio on. So that tells you how much you have to do just to get the radio to play. And then my music station comes on. Had no issues for the rest of the, I want to say hour I was there. But the whole time there, I'm like, I'm constantly trying to rationalize, you've got to be losing your mind. Is this really going on? I started thinking of an experiment I could try to do because I've always been interested into paranormal, cryptids, all that kind of stuff. So what I came up with is I'm going to shut the radio off. And the most stories you hear with this type of thing is when you're doing renovations to a home. That's when a lot of people say that some type of spirit or entity gets stirred up when you're doing things in your home. So I'm like, I don't want to, if something is here, I don't upset it. So I wrote down just a brief list of what I wanted to do in the home. Put it down on a piece of paper, sat it on the floor with a pencil, and I'm like, I don't want her aunt and uncle coming in here to pick something up and try to fool this. This has got to be as controlled of an experiment as I can do. So I found a cardboard box, stuck that over the box, and shoved it over into the corner. Made it try to look like it's been sitting there, that nobody, even if they come in for a few minutes, I knew I'd be in tomorrow, and then I could check. So there'd be, if someone's coming in, they're going to come over 6-7 hours, and what are the odds that someone's going to find this random little box sitting here with a note under it? When I went to leave, I unplugged the radio, turned it off like I always did, and I went home. Needless to say, it was on my mind quite frequently of what had happened and the anticipation of, you're crazy. When you go back, the note's going to be there. There's not going to be anything on it. you were that tired or something. You had too much on your mind. I got up the next morning, and it was about mid-morning. I got back over to the house to actually work on it. And when I got in there, I bypassed everything else I did. I went straight to the box because my anticipation was, I'm like, I've got to know, did I imagine it or didn't I? So the box is still there, hasn't been moved. I took the box off. The pencil and paper are still there. My list that I wrote is still there. But now on the paper, very faintly, is written 2 words, okay and welcome. Like I said, I wrote an outline, and before I left, I said, if you like what I'm going to do, I don't want to bother you, but if you like what I'm going to do to the home, please let me know. I have no problem with you staying, but I need to know. I don't want to upset you. And then when I walked in and found these words written, I'm like, holy crap. When I talked to my ex-wife's great-grandfather, I come to find out that all of the kids, when they were little, used to say that they saw an elderly man in the home. And you always get a feeling when you go into something different, somebody's watching you. And when I was working on the roof of this house, and even the kids mentioned to me this, like they felt like somebody was watching them. Come to find out, in the dining room, when I was redoing the floor, there was this small square, about 3-foot square, that looked like a trap door. And I come to find out that the home was once before, in the early 1900s, a tavern. And the hole in the floor was where they would pull out the kegs and everything. And the gentleman who owned the place died there. Did not know this at all. And all the interactions that everybody said they had was just, there was a gentleman there. He would see the kids. He didn't do anything like harmful to anybody, but it's like he just wanted his presence known. And the only thing I could come up with, like I said, I've had some other small encounters. This was the most interactive one that I had, where it's like, I got the instant response with the radio that it happens, but you can't believe it's happening. And then even with the note, it wasn't writing that was pressed hard with the pencil. It was like something had just enough energy to put it down, even if it is the pencil that it used. But the rest of the time we were there, I had no problems. The only thing that ever happened is when my son was about 1.5 years, he was laughing in the playroom by himself. And I asked, what's so funny? And he said, the old man told me a joke again, and it's so silly. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, there's numerous stories with my son that he's interacted that now you ask him now, he has no idea about it. But yeah, I had no other problems. The ironic thing is when we moved out of the home, I had no problems there. We had trees that would fall over in storms and completely miss the house. I would grow things that nobody else could do there. But when we moved, it's like the house became upset that we moved, because not more than 3 months after we moved, I was told that the support beams to the house were cracking and falling apart. The septic system plugged up and they couldn't work it anymore. They had to dig a new well in the middle of winter because for some reason the well dried up. And what was it? A couple people became so ill they had to be shipped to the hospital. And I just thought, I was like, it can be coincidence, it can be happenstance, but I'm like, I asked permission to be there. I had no problems whatsoever. And I, on a routine, every time I went working in the house from then on out, I made sure the radio was turned on, because it's like someone obviously was used to having music when someone's in there. So I always played the radio. But like I said, I had no problems in the house, but we out. Yeah, practically nobody lives in the house anymore because it's like the house became angry that we left.
I guess it's just.
That's pretty incredible. The one thing you mentioned that really kind of hits home to me is the fact that it used to be a tavern, and there's so many stories of bars that are haunted, of pubs, that kind of thing. And then obviously buildings that used to be pubs and taverns and that sort of thing that are haunted. There's some sort of energy that's just lingers on in those types of locations, similar to prisons, churches, hospitals, that kind of thing. Just certain theaters, certain places just seem to really absorb that energy and disperse it somehow. I have no idea how, but it's a pretty crazy story.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. You're 100% sure there's no batteries.
Nope,
in that
no
radio.
batteries in any of it. It all had to be run by the wall circuit. The other thing I found when I looked downstairs in the basement, and that's a common thing I found too in like my research that I've done, is the whole base of the house was done in limestone too. Because I've researched that limestone is a very strong conductor of energy for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I
There's a
didn't
lot
know
of theories
that.
out there that there's some sort of correlation between spiritual activity and certain rocks, especially quartz, limestone, that sort of thing. And if there's water flowing under it, that just adds to the possibilities there. So very cool, Jacob. Thank you so much for sharing that story with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, Sarah. So I think we're getting close to the top of the hour here. So let's do another round of the costume contest, and then we're going to kick it back into the trivia, and then we'll go from there. So I think there's some people I saw trying to get in. So I'm going to boot a few people. Please don't take offense. But I'm going to boot a few people, try to get some new faces in here and get some costumes, and then we're going to give some prizes away. So 1 second here. And if you get kicked, don't feel bad. Don't take it personally. Just trying to get everybody cycled out here. Thank you. And we're bringing some people in here.
Derek, when you bring people in, if you can say their name, that would
if it
help
says
me
their
too.
name.
Okay.
Okay, so we're also looking for some trivia. We need 3 more volunteers to play trivia. This is our final round, and we have some awesome prizes. So even if you're a complete novice and you get it way wrong, you only get 1 point, you still get a prize. So if you're a trivia guy, oh, here we go. Here's somebody. That is Chris. Hi, Chris.
Oh, sweet.
I love it. That's awesome. Look at that. I don't know what it is, but I love it. Oh, here's some other folks. Oh, look who's here. Guys, we're going to take a quick break because I have not a break, but we're going to derail a little bit. I have some guests that I want to bring in really quick. I don't even know who all's there, but I'm just going to say it's the boys from Cryptonaut Podcast. We're here to say hello. We have Mark, and it looks like Rob. Is that who we have?
Yes. That is.
Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
What's happening, man? How are you?
Man, we're having a Halloween party over here. What are you doing?
Oh,
Oh, let's see. I see what you're doing. Oh, you've been doing a lot of it, apparently. Happy Halloween to Rob.
Staying true to the Gaelic heritage of Halloween and my liver. Are we like bright enough?
You guys are fine. If you could turn your volume up a little bit, though, if that's something you can do. But
Yeah, we're going off my laptop. I know I texted you earlier and said I wasn't going to use my laptop, but I had to. So hopefully everyone can hear us.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah, we're just we're listening to some stories. We're doing a costume contest. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff. And I knew you guys were recording tonight, so I thought it'd be awesome if you stopped by and said hello.
Yeah,
shockingly, I'm dressed as Mark.
I see you guys switched outfits today.
Yeah, we came in costume as a Z-list celebrity podcast with drinking coffee. So there we are.
Well, it looks great. I mean, I should have thought of that myself.
Nice.
So gentlemen, tell us about your show while you're here, so that if anybody's not familiar, they can go check it out. Cryptonaut is one of my favorite podcasts, and these guys are some of my favorite dudes. They've been around helping me out for since I started off Monsters Among Us, which was Here There Be Monsters at the time. So enough of me, gentlemen. Tell us about your show. Tell us where we can find you. Pitch yourselves.
The Cryptonaut Podcast. We are available on every podcast platform that you can get podcasts at. Cryptonautpodcast.com. We just talk about, aliens, monsters, whatever we have. Rob is our main researcher, so whatever he happens to research that week, we cover.
So yeah, we like the weird. We like the bizarre, the untoward, and we present it in a way that is perhaps a little saucier than most might want to take it, but we're just sort of like having a good time with the weird, dark campfire edges of cryptozoology, ufology, and even the paranormal, and just having a good time doing it, and basically ruining our livers on a route through paranormal mysteries.
All in the name of science, right?
Always.
Yeah.
We couldn't do this if it weren't for science. Yeah.
You guys you have a niche here where you talk about cryptids that even I haven't heard about sometimes. Like I'll tune in, I'm like, I have no idea what these guys are talking about. And I learn stuff, which obviously I don't know everything, but I feel like I know enough that I shouldn't be surprised as often as I am with your show. So what are some of the most obscure cryptids you guys have talked about that you think the other people simply don't know about?
I think one of my absolute favorites and just the most guano crazy would have to be Casablanca entities. It was something that happened in California in the 1950s, like literally a day after the Hopkinsville Goblin thing, which has become like the stuff of legend throughout paranormal lore. And this was a series of ghost-like, possibly trans-dimensional entities with multiple arms. Like one creature had 4 nostrils, big red eyes, floated like a ghost, had normal biceps and triceps, and then 2 forearms going into 2 hands, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. Like a Peanuts cartoon where you can't hear the adults, only the kids could see what was going on. There ended up being a Terminator, multiple UFOs, tiny creatures that were trying to abduct kids into these floating objects, basically an intergalactic space battle that would have been right out of a James Cameron film, all taking place in this sweet Casablanca residential neighborhood and only seen by the children who were highly traumatized. It is little pockets of weird like that absolutely sing to us.
And that's why I love your show, because I never would have found that probably if it weren't for you guys. And just these obscure, weirdo, one-off sightings, for lack of a better term, that just defy explanation. Right? We just have no idea what these things are, where they come from. They don't fit in any boxes. There's no check marks we can hit. They're just who has 4 or who has 4 forearms, I should say. It's insane.
No, it brings the high to the strangeness. And I don't even necessarily mean that as a double entendre, though I don't not necessarily mean it as that. But it really is high strangeness in extremis, like very difficult to tamp down. But what we like to do is treat everything as if this is a legitimate report. People sincerely are expressing what they've gone through. And so, yes, while we judge it and break it down, that's part of it. But it's about not like trying to prefigure it into some category that's pre-established for us, but just take it as it lies and do what we can with it, and then leave it out there for the rest of everyone to just have a good time with.
And obviously, the more obscure, obviously, the better.
Always.
Like, we've not done a proper Bigfoot episode.
Unless they're murdering people.
Or unless we've done a Patreon episode with Derek where a man was saved from a tree stand.
Yes, that was a wonderful.
There was some wild Sasquatch stories,
a couple of wild Sasquatch stories. But yeah, we definitely obviously tended to steer more towards the obscure. You know, whether it's getting something from like a Bufora with like the Sandown Ghost Clown, or just like older like UFO journals, or even like cryptozoology stuff that we cover.
Well, it's a golden age of paranormal in the sense, like what Mark is saying. Not only do I have shelves and shelves of old paperbacks and whatnot, but like now they have digitized so many of these journals of cryptozoology and ufology, and so for the first time, we can literally just throw a dart randomly out there and hit any number of truly unique cases that deserve to be as famous as the ones that we all know, like Flatwoods, that we can just, pull right out of our hat and be like, yes, of course, it's classic, it's weird, it's fun. But just as bizarre, like the Sandown Ghost Clown, or other just really strange ones. And so we live in a golden age of information.
The Swamp Devils.
Yeah, exactly. And to not exploit this for its fullest and to go down the same trodden path, the road less traveled. Let's go cross on this. It's the thing that's more fun. And now we really do live in a time when it's really there for the picking if you're willing to do the informational archaeology.
Totally.
Now, a while back, this is probably years ago, and you may not even remember, but I'm going to spring this on you guys. You did a story about these creatures that lived in the upper atmosphere. That sky kites or something. I can't remember what you called it, but that one fascinated me.
Yeah,
what was that?
Yeah.
Would you say, Rob?
The gargantuan gliders.
That's what it was, the gargantuan gliders. And I'll tell you what, ever since I've listened to that episode, I cannot stop thinking about it. There's all that space up there. I mean, there's life everywhere on this planet. There's boiling water that has life in it. What makes you think that there couldn't be something up there, hiding out? And evading capture, if
What
you will.
finds a way? I mean, I know that's the cliche. I mean, it's Jurassic Park. I get it.
Life
but
finds a way to eat you. Really?
Eat you. Life finds a way to eat each other. But the thing is, we have those extreme forms, and I still remember being a kid and watching like those National Geographic specials, and like it's spitting mercury and hate, and yet there's these special crawdaddies that can only live there, and it's amazing, and I loved it. And so when you think about it, why not the upper atmosphere, the middle atmosphere? There's literally more. Our oceans are so vast and so full of places by human exploration that we know that there are literally millions, if not at least hundreds of thousands of undiscovered species, large enough to be magnificent, small enough to still be fascinating. But in the atmosphere, there are probably, it is the canvas, it is the ocean that covers the totality of our world. There are probably life forms that are astonishing. And there was that one scientist, I'm drawing a blank on his name, that thought there were literally man-eating amoeba type things that occasionally dip down. And if you're sunbathing on a hill and not watching out, and not being cool enough, it'll come down and munch you. And no.
It was the high Ashtar command. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it got weird.
Exactly.
But there is life in the sky, and I think we're just going to have to all learn to deal with it.
It's going to eat you. Sorry.
That's the kind of craziness that Cryptonaut offers, and that's why I absolutely love it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
It was fun, man. Happy Halloween to everybody. It was great being a part of this, and you're the best, Derek. You are doing wonderful work out there, and everyone here already knows it, but thank you, and thank you for letting us share our piece.
So
thank you, guys.
What costumes do we have here?
What costumes do we have? Well, let's get you guys out of the main view here. We got some other people to add in. We're cycling them in and out. We have skull person here. Chris, what is that exactly? He doesn't know either. That's fine. Well, I don't feel so bad, man. It's terrifying. I love it.
It looks.
I know what a hipster Wendigo is when I see it. Yeah. That's clear what that is.
I did.
There we go. Hipster Wendigo. That's perfect.
There's what's that?
I'm a hipster Wendigo, they say.
Okay, so we got clown.
We got clown. We had some. We had Mothman earlier. We had some pretty good ones. I'm trying to remember what all come through. We can only have 10 people in the chat at one time, so it's been. We have a kitty. That's man, I'm supposed to be raising money for cats. Holy crap, guys! Let me just do that real quick while I have everybody in here. Part of this was to raise money for a bit of a fundraiser. You see, back in September, there was a big fire. Obviously, everybody heard about the big fires in California, Oregon. And one of our listeners, actually, she was in the show here a little bit ago, Dr. Conger. Shay was, she's a volunteer up there that rescues pets that were lost in the fire. So they're mostly dealing with cats right now, but they're getting dogs and birds and all kinds of stuff. People basically, their power was out. They were told to flee immediately. So they left their homes, and some of them had to leave their pets. Unfortunately, they couldn't find them. So this group goes in and tries to find these cats. Most of them are terrified, so they have to be captured and caught and reunited with their family. And we're trying to raise some money so they can buy more traps and food and that kind of thing, just so they can save some animals. So Sarah's going to put the link in the chat right now. If you guys have like a couple bucks that you want to donate, anything you want to give out, we greatly appreciate it. I know they greatly appreciated the actual group is called Shelter Animal Research Alliance. I'm sorry, Shelter Animal Resource Alliance. And SARA. And if you do donate, make sure you put 4 ears, EARS, in your donation so that it goes to the right place. But anybody that donates anything, we truly thank you. So again, gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate it. If you want to hang out, by all means, I'm not chasing you away, but we are going to move on to costume and then trivia. So if we have a couple guys for trivia, I see Alicia's in. Oh, you're already in the window. Perfect, Alicia. So we have trivia right there. We need 2 more. And Sarah, what do we have for our costume winners?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to go 3rd place to the Viking that was in here earlier that also told the story.
Jacob. Yeah, Jacob. So Jacob has one. Let me find the right one from Dark Lilith Moon, gemstone patty bookmark, and it's the Patterson Gimlin Bigfoot patty. So that's kind of cool. It's got all these little gemstones on it. Second place?
Second place is going to be the Goat Man that was in here earlier.
Oh, nice. Blaze, I think that was, if I remember correctly. And Blaze won from Nerd Crate HQ, Ghostly Apparition Diorama. This thing's pretty cool. It shows a little ghost in a field. It's kind of like a little thing sits on your desk. Very cool. And in first place, we have...
Okay, first place, we have Ash as the fairy.
Oh, nice. And Ash has won from... where am I at? From Recently Deceased Shop, a zipper bag, a coin purse, and some stickers. So if you were a winner in that contest, shoot us an email. We'll get you your prize out immediately. And a big thanks to Recently Deceased, Nerd Crate HQ, and Lilith Moon, Dark Lilith Moon, sorry, for donating those prizes. I'll learn to talk eventually. And don't forget that you can go over to Monsters Among Us podcast /spooky, and you can visit our virtual market. We have I think we have a dozen or a little over a dozen different vendors, paranormal themed vendors over there with great discounts. So go over and give them a look. And I think those codes run through the weekend on most of those shops, so you have all weekend to pick out something nice. Now
there's one more round of costume contests.
Yes, there's one more. We'll do that up in the next hour here.
So everybody who has been on the screen, I've noted you, and you're still entered. So if you haven't won, don't freak out yet. You're still entered.
Now, David, are you ready? Let's get David back in here.
Go,
Mr. Flora. We are ready for another round of trivia.
Good.
So we have Alicia, who is okay. No, did Alicia just leave?
No, I'm right here.
I can't see you. Oh, you're not. Something weird's going on. Okay, so we're gonna have to clear a couple guys out of here so that we can bring in our new people. So if you get booted, you can come back. Don't take it personally.
Word.
Sarah, do we have two more contestants on the trivia? Is right.
Do you have people in the studio? Because there are a lot of people that are saying they want to play. I just didn't know if they were in the background.
Mr. Irby. Mr. Irby just popped in. But no, that's the only one I have waiting to get in. So if you're wanting to play trivia, Sarah's going to post a link in the chat right now. So click on that, get into the screen here, and then we'll get you going with trivia.
I don't know.
Dan, I hate to keep picking you out, but I'm going to boot you again for a few minutes. We'll bring you back. Okay, here we go. Oh, Michaela wants to play. All right, sweet. So, Michaela, you're in. I'm going to boot you again for a few minutes. We'll bring you back. Oh, I hear myself. Let's mute Michaela for a minute. And we just added Tog to the screen, but I don't see Tog's face. So we have two contestants for trivia. We're looking for one more contestant. Who wants to win some prizes and play some trivia? Okay. Mr. Irby, where are you at? You can play. You're more than welcome to play. You don't have to have a costume.
Derek, who do we have for trivia so far? Morgan?
We have Alicia, was that right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, we have Michaela.
And then Morgan is in here, right?
I don't see Morgan, no.
She's in the chat.
Okay. Let me see if I can bring her in. 1 second here.
Wait, she should be in here, I think. Morgan, are you still in here? Is there someone with their camera off, D?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that might be Morgan. What?
Oh, you think?
Is she on mute? Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, they're muted and I can't unmute them. So maybe I'll kick that and bring in the next person. Sorry, guys. Bear with us for just a second. This is... we tried to do as much work ahead of time so that this wasn't happening, but we're two people and you know how it works. Okay, so Nate, Mr. Irby, if you can get your camera going, you can get in on trivia, but we can't see or hear you right now. So if you can get that rolling, we'll bump you in here immediately. Otherwise, we're looking for one other contestant to play trivia. This is the very last slot. After this is going to be the, I don't know, the Super Bowl round. I don't know what we're calling this thing, but it's all three winners from the first three rounds are going to play each other in the final round for the grand prize, which is 3-month subscription of Cryptic Crate.
Derek, is Mr. Irby in the broadcast studio? Because he's in the chat.
They're in now. Or he's in now, Nate.
Okay.
But I still don't see him anywhere. And he just got booted again. Bear with us, guys. We're working here. We need one more contestant. What's the code? Oh, Michaela needs the code. Sarah.
I don't have it.
I texted it to you a while ago. Oh, Morgan made it back. Let's see if I can get Morgan. Oh, there she is. Okay. There she is. Sweet. All right, we have our contestants. Let's see. Somebody.
So who's the contestant? We need to make sure we know who's player 1, 2, and 3.
Oh.
Did you send a link to everyone?
Yeah, that's but no, I can't find it.
Okay, Alicia, Michaela, and Morgan, we're sending you a link, and then there's a 4-digit code you have to type in. The best way to do it is sign in on your phone, and then you can use that as a little buzzer. That's the best way to do it. And once you're in, let us know, and David will get this thing rolling. And I'm going to have to boot one more person. Who's it going to be? The power I have. D, I'm going to boot you since you're not playing, but we'll bring you back. All right. Now, David, where's your screen? There it is. All right.
Hey.
Monsters Among Us trivia.
Nice. What is this? This is dope.
Oh man, we go above and beyond here. I mean, it looks like a mess, but we know what we're doing.
It's a very shiny veneer. That's what it is. So, who we got on team 1?
If you can enter your names on that little app, that's very helpful. If you can do that.
Where is that?
Did you guys go to the ccg.buzz?
Oh.
Yeah, go to the link in the chat, ccg.buzz.
And then the code in the chat.
The code that's in the chat as well.
Okay, so it looks like Tog is team 3.
Okay, we got team 3. Who's in team 2?
Do we have too many people?
I don't know. We might. That's all right. We can play with 4 people.
I can add one.
Can you add one, David? Yeah, we'll play with 4.
Sure.
Well, I'm not sure. Guys, everybody else, when you're logging in, say what team you are in the chat so that you don't double up.
Okay, I got team 2.
Perfect.
Team 2. So we got a 2 and a 3. Does anybody have 1?
All right, Morgan is team 1.
Alrighty.
Uh-oh, Michaela went on team 1 as well. Is there a way to get her on team 4?
Might have to get a new code for me to add it. It's up to you guys.
I'm confused, I guess.
We'll
just go forward with. We got the 3.
Well, 2 people logged in as the same team.
Same team. Okay, what's the quickest fix, David?
It would be sending a new code and adding another team in to play with 4.
Oh, actually,
Or
you know what?
picking
Michaela,
one person.
we can't ship prizes overseas anyways. So even if you won, we couldn't help you out. So we're gonna take Michaela off. I'm sorry about that, Michaela. Thank you for sharing your story with us, though. Okay, so now I think we're finally ready to play some trivia.
Alrighty, cool. Let's bring us in here. So the way this is going to work, we're going to have 2 categories of questions. They're 5 questions each. It's Jeopardy style, so when you answer one correctly, you get those points. If you answer it incorrectly, you'll lose the points. And whoever's got the most points at the end will win. So when you make a selection, I'll read the question out. It'll come up on your screen so you can read it too. And then when you buzz in, you use your little buzzer there to buzz in. I'll call your name or your team and then answer after that so we don't step on any toes. Make sense? All good? So let's get started with the first category, which is UFOs. And then we've got river and lake monsters.
Ooh.
So, team one. Who's my team one? Okay, you can make the selection. You can make a first one. Pick which one you want.
River lake monster for 100.
For 100. Here we go. Champ is the nickname for the supposed lake monster in which North American lake? Alicia.
Isn't that Lake Champlain? It's in New York.
It
And I'm a
sure
New Yorker.
is. Well done. You have control.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the lake monsters. Let's go 300.
300. Okanagan Lake in Canada is the home to which monster of possible Native American origin? Tog.
I'm going to say Ogopogo.
You are going to be correct. Well done. You have control.
Let's do UFOs for 200.
Alrighty. Kenneth Arnold coined what classic term for UFOs in a 1947 sighting? Tog.
Is that flying saucers?
It sure is. Well done. Still have control.
Oh no. Let's do UFOs for 300.
Alrighty. Ufologists these days often prefer replacing the acronym UFO with what other acronym? That's time. It is UAP, Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. Alrighty, still in control, Todd.
Let's go for 400 UFOs.
In 1967, a UFO is said to have crashed in Shag Harbor in which Canadian province? That's time. That one happened in Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia. Back to you, Todd.
I'll go with lake monsters for 200.
For 200, which Australian cryptid, whose name is Wimba Wimba for evil spirit, is said to reside in creeks, riverbeds, and billabongs? Tog.
The bunyip?
It is the bunyip. Still in control.
River lake monsters for 400, please.
Here's the 400 one. The Altamaha is a legendary creature said to inhabit the Altamaha River in which U.S. state? That would be Georgia. It's in Georgia. Alrighty. Which got 3 left there, Todd. Which one would you like?
UFOs 500, please.
For 500. Which ufologist developed a scale for categorizing close encounters with UFOs? That would be J. Allen Hynek, the Hynek scale of close encounters. 2 more. Which one would you like?
I'll go with UFOs for 100.
For 100. The series of widely cited UFOs spotted over the desert of 2 U.S. states and Mexico in '97 came to be known by what city's name? That would be the Phoenix Lights. Phoenix was the city. All right, last one. Here we go. Water babies are said to be terrifying spirits that haunt which lake in Nevada? That is Pyramid Lake. Pyramid Lake in Nevada. So at the end of this round, looks like Tog is on top with 700. And then, sorry, the names went away. Team 2's got 100, and Team 1 is in 3rd place. So there you go. Good job, guys. Derek, you're muted.
Very professional. Okay. So you guys have won some prizes here. 3rd place has won a Monsters Among Us prize pack that we will be mailing out to you. 2nd place has won from artist Dylan Johnson a custom art print. Make sure you guys send us an email so that we can get that going. And who won that round, Tog? Alicia, you're gonna be moving on to the 3rd round, which, David, we may as well do it right now, right? Do we have everybody here? Who's our 3rd winner? I see D is here. We have Alicia.
Yep.
Was it Blaze?
We are missing Blaze the Goat Man.
D is here. Hold on one second. Add the stream, and there is D. Everybody is here. We may as well play round 3, and let's see who the big-time winner is.
Alrighty. Give me a second to open that file.
Sorry to spring it on you, David, but since we have everybody here, with the difficulties we've been having, we should
just wait
do it while we can.
I know.
Alrighty. Let me text you the room code, Derek.
Sounds good.
I want to get Mama Daddy.
What's that?
So you 3 contestants are going to be going to, let me make sure I get the right site, ccg.buzz. And then we will be giving you the code here in a hot second.
Okay, hold on one second. I think we might forget a new game code for you.
Okay. Sarah, I just sent you the code if you could share with everyone. And this one is for all the marbles. This round's going to be a little bit harder. The prizes are a little bit better. And we're going to have some fun here.
Everybody look in the chat for the code.
And Todd, make sure you refresh with the new code as well.
Yeah.
And if you could, put your names in when you enter. That way we know who's answering what.
Who should, what team should we pick?
Oh, I already grabbed team 3.
Do it by round, maybe.
All right.
Whatever round you won.
Blaze, why don't you guys be 2, and then D, you could be 1. That way it's all settled.
I put in for team 1.
There you go. You're team 2. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody could let us know when you're in and ready.
I am ready.
Ready.
In.
All right, so we got 3 teams. We are ready to go. So you guys know how it's played. Let's show the categories. First one is the paranormal. And the second one is going to be Southern Beasts. Team 1. Who we got on team 1? D?
That would be me. Yes. Paranormal for 200.
Hang on a second. Time out. Is D was the winner of the first round, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think this thing's blocking my view, so maybe I can't see you.
Sorry.
It's not your fault.
There's that stupid alert that's at the bottom that I can't get rid of. It's stuck there. So maybe I can move her window up.
My costume is going as an alert from Jacob Ruth.
That took me a second to process that one. I'm going to put everybody that's playing the game up top, David, so you can see them. I'll just throw Sarah
Okay.
down.
And we've only got 3 people, right?
Yeah, 3 people.
Okay,
Okay,
I saw 2 people raise their hand when I asked.
Yeah. No.
All right. So make your selection one more time, D. Sorry about that.
Oh, paranormal, 200.
Paranormal for 200. In ghost hunting, what does the acronym EVP stand for? D.
Electronic voice phenomenon.
That is correct.
Whenever you want.
You still have control.
Paranormal for 400.
Which paranormal entity is known by the German term for noisy ghost? Blaze.
Poltergeist.
That is correct. Blaze, you have control. Which one would you like?
I'll take Southern Beasts for 400.
For 400. Grab your Snicker bar and Vienna sausages. What hairy hominid is said to inhabit a certain sweet-sounding swamp? Blaze.
Falk Monster.
Not the Falk Monster. D, what do you think?
Sweet sounding swamp.
Oh, man. I'm blanking. No.
Tog, you got an answer?
I'm going to go with the Honey Swamp Monster.
Can you be more specific?
Oh god, the honey. Wait, is it lake or swamp? I don't know. Water. The honey.
Sorry, it's the Honey Island swamp monster.
So close.
I don't know.
Very close, let's see. I think Blaze, you still have control.
I'll take Sovereign Beasts for 200.
You got it. Which humanoid creature said to inhabit southern states is so named for its horrendous smell? Tog.
The skunk ape.
It is the skunk ape. You have control.
Let's go paranormal for 600.
You got it. Used frequently at haunted locales, what audio-only device rapidly scans radio frequencies? D.
Frank's box.
A what? Say it again.
A Frank's box.
Not in this one. Blaze.
Spirit Box.
Spirit box was what we were looking for. Alrighty, Blaze. You are back in control?
I'll take Sovereign Beasts for 600.
600. Which cryptid was the 1972 film Legend of Boggy Creek based on? Blaze.
Falk Monster.
There he is. That's the one. Which one would you like now?
I'll take the paranormal for 800.
Alrighty. What substance produced by physical mediums in the early 1900s? Blaze.
Ectoplasm.
It is ectoplasm. 3 more. Which one would you like?
I'll take the paranormal for 1,000.
1,000. Which California tourist attractions often found on lists of the most haunted places? Tog.
The Winchester Mystery House?
Not that one. D.
Oh, no.
Oh. Well, I was going to say the Winchester Mystery House.
I got that bullet for you.
Plays hosted the annual experience Dark Harbor. It's the Queen Mary. Queen Mary.
I knew the shit, but I forgot its name.
Blaze, you still have control. 2 left.
Sovereign Beasts for 800.
Which ferocious feline of Southern folklore is sometimes described as having 6 legs? Blaze.
It is the... Come on.
Oh, took too long. Tog, what do you think?
Wampus
Is
cat.
that the... yeah, Wampa cat.
Wampus.
Hey, I'll take that.
Wampus.
Wampus cats. Yep.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the one. All right, and last category. Here we go. The Flatwoods Monster is also sometimes known by what name, owing to the West Virginian county in which it was spotted?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's time. It is the Braxton County Monster. So, at the end of it, Team 2 with 1,200 points is your winner. That's Blaze, I believe.
Nice job, Blaze. I feel like Blaze is going to be taking over Monsters Among Us here in the next couple months. He knows more than I do. Good job, everybody. You guys want to know what you won? I'm sure you do. Let me get the list up here. So for third place, who got third place? Was it UD? Awesome. Well, today you have won from Cryptid Comforts a mystery grab bag. And I think there's pretty good stuff in there. So be sure to shoot us an email. Second place was Tog, I believe, right?
Yes.
You've won from Strange Little Lands a diorama. I don't know what it represents, but Coco does amazing work, and you're going to love whatever that is.
I'm excited.
Strange Little Lands is awesome. And Blaze, you have won the grand prize tonight. 3 months of free Cryptid Crate. So congratulations. You would be
Thank you so much.
email. We'll get you set up with that, and we'll get you taken care of. So congratulations to everybody that played, especially you, Blaze. You kicked butt in this round. That's pretty amazing.
Great job, guys.
And a humongous thank you to David Flora, Quiz Bang Bang, for putting all this together. Can't thank you enough, David. This was a great time.
My pleasure. Happy to do it. Thank you guys for playing.
And on that note, I'll talk to you later. I'll see you. Unless you want to hang around. If you want to hang out, I'll leave you in.
I got an episode to get out here, so I got a jet.
Gotcha, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. See you guys.
Happy Halloween. All right. Well, I think we are running to the end of this little thing. I've pretty much got through everything I'm doing. We have one more thing to do, and that is to give away our last 3 costume prizes. So you got a last couple seconds here to get your costume in. If there's anybody in the chat that's wanting to get it in, I think I can squeeze you in here real quick.
Derek, are there any people in the back?
No, there's nobody waiting to. Well, there's Dan. Dan's waiting here to get in. Hey, Dan,
I think that I know that my daughter, who is in like 3 cities away from me, her dad's trying to get her in so she can show off her costume, but I don't know if he's having technical issues or what.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can we post a picture, maybe?
Sure. Yeah. I have a picture on my phone. To get her in. How can I send? Oh, there she is.
Oh, that's even better. Oh, really? Perfect. I just saw somebody pop in there. Can we post a picture, maybe?
Sure. Yeah.
Derek, can you make her bigger?
Yeah. 1 second. There we go.
Tell him what you are, kid.
I think she's muted.
She's a cryptid hunter.
Oh, awesome. Let me unmute her. There you go.
Okay. This is a little bow, and I've got my dad's real machete.
Nice.
Great. Safety first, everyone.
Exactly. What's the cryptid that you're most after? What do you think you're gonna bag here?
Aliens.
Aliens? You might need 2 machetes for those. Very cool. Very awesome. Anybody else want to jump in with a costume real quick? This is your last chance to get entered for the contest. This is the final round.
I have a supernatural encounter.
Oh, sure. Of course. Let's hear that.
I think it might be supernatural. I was at my grandmother's house, and we were playing cards, and we came out into the living room and saw that the door, we were sure that we locked the door, but the door was unlocked and cracked open.
I've certainly heard about that before. So you think it was something paranormal then, you suspect?
Maybe, I don't know. I also kind of thought robbers.
That's the other thing I was thinking too, is whenever you see something like that, you always have to think of the living before you think of the dead, because they're obviously more dangerous. It's pretty terrifying though. Anytime you find your front door ajar, I mean, no matter what the culprit is, that's a scary situation. So thank you for sharing the story. That's pretty awesome. Sarah, do we have our winners?
Yep, as long as there's no one else waiting to get in, right?
See anybody waiting to get in. Our numbers are dropping. I think this thing's wrapping up. So let's do our final 3 winners here.
All right. Can you make it so that it's easy?
Oh yeah, sorry. There we go.
Okay, so for 3rd place, I have the Devil, which I think was Lainey. She's not in here anymore, but
no, I don't think she is. And she won from Strangeology a Mothman hoodie. So that was one that Sarah and I both wanted to find out if we could win, but so much for that.
Okay. All right, and then 2nd place, we're gonna go with the Cryptid Hunter.
Nice. And you at the last second too. How about that? And you have won. Oh, this is a really good one from Joey Rowe Art, which I saw Joey in the chat earlier. Original artwork. He did an ink drawing of the Wendigo, and that thing is pretty sweet. So
it's really cool.
Make sure if you guys, I keep saying this, but if you've won something, please email us so we can get you your prize, because otherwise we have no idea who you are.
All right, and then the last one, 1st place, we've got the Skull guy who we were calling the Wendigo.
Oh yeah, Chris, I think, if I remember right.
Well,
Chris,
yeah.
He's gone too, but Chris, congratulations, you have won a Monsters Among Us prize pack. So you get all kinds of goodies from Monsters Among Us. And I think on that note, I need some food and something to drink. And we've been at this for a couple hours. So I want to thank everybody for coming out, hanging out with us. This was a kind of a mess, but we got it done. We got some stuff given away. We told some stories. We saw some things. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. I had a pretty good time. Have some people I need to thank real quick. First of all, Sarah, my lovely wife, thank you so much, Sarah. Without you, this would not have happened for sure. David Flora, the same thing. He was huge help with all that. Josh Morphus and Nathan Williams with the music. We were supposed to get Josh back, but I couldn't find him. Sorry, Josh. We'll get you on the next one. Captain Catfish, the boys at Cryptonaut, all the storytellers that shared their stories. My buddy Matt Stesner and his company Trout and Tackle, and of course Cryptocrate, Brett Manning, Cryptid Zoo, Timothy Wayne Williams, Of Grave Concern, Dylan Jacobson, Cryptid Comforts, Strange Little Lands, Laney Willow, recently deceased Shop. Boy, that's a mouthful. Nerdcraft HQ, Dark Lilith Moon, Joey Rowe, Strangeology, and Black Flame Bazaar. I want to thank everybody for sticking around, having fun with us. Please be safe this Halloween. Have a great Halloween. I hope you can do something and get out there and have a good time. So thank you, guys.
Hey, Derek.
Yes, sir.
I never actually got a chance to show my show.
Oh, Dan didn't get a chance to tell the story. Well, it's
I've been waiting all night long, but I mean,
oh man, I didn't. You know what? I didn't even put two to two together that was you. That was
yeah. That's why I kept saying in the chat. You know, hey, wait to tell my story. But if you want, I can go ahead and send you voicemails, or I can even email you the stories if you'd like. And put them on
it's up to you, man. If you want to do it right now, we can. If not, I can put you on the show. No problem.
It's up to everyone else. They want to hear the stories. I mean, it's really up to you guys.
Do it. We still got 100 people in here watching, so let's.
Story.
Just
finally,
to the camera if you could, because your volume's a little low.
How about now?
That's better.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to use a Bluetooth, but this Bluetooth has a bad habit of not working on me when I need it.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Awesome. First of all, welcome Creatures Tonight. I was very excited when Derek had emailed me back to share these stories. I've been dying to share them. I've even tried calling a couple of them in, but they, I guess, never got cycled through. But here I am. Finally to tell some of my first experiences. Now, Derek, you had interested in a UFO and a ghost story, right?
Yeah. Whichever one you think is the scarier one. Let's end on a scary note here.
Awesome. I would have to go with my ghost story then. My I hope I don't disappoint, but my first experience that made me a believer, as a matter of fact, happened when I was 9.5 years old. I'm 29 now, so this happened 20 years ago. And it was a crazy time in my life because I had just lost my mother 6 months prior. So it was a very dark time for me and my family. We were still trying to make adjustments to our new life. I mean, we didn't know what was up and what was down at that time.
Sure.
So one night I woke up, and I remember the time being specifically at 3 a.m. And I remember because I have a bad habit of looking at the clock. Every time I wake up, I always look at the clock. And during that time frame, it was always around or right on the dot at 3 o'clock. So in a kid, I'm looking right at my alarm, one of those classic old school red dotted alarms, and it was 3:05 to be exact. Now I'm looking at the clock, and I see something in the corner of my eye, and when I look, I had a closet, but it had no doors, and on there was this tiny little shelf, and there's this floating ghostly head that was just staring right at me, and I'm staring back at it, and I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm trying to make sense of what I'm seeing here, because I thought maybe it was my eyes playing tricks at me. And right as I start seeing it more clearer, this giant hand pops up from underneath the ground. And this thing, I mean, I have 8-foot ceilings. I mean, this thing almost touched the tip of the ceiling, and I'm freaking out. This hand just stares back at me, and then all of a sudden it reaches back, and then goes forward. Right as it went forward, I hid underneath the covers and just stood there shooking. And finally, what seemed like half an hour to me, I find the courage to take the covers off, and it was gone. Both the head and the hand were gone. And the crazy part is only 5 minutes had passed, because now it was 3:10 in the morning. So I ran up, flipped the light on, grabbed my baseball bat, and literally held that thing until the morning came. I didn't even go back to sleep that night.
Yeah.
And of course, like any other kid, my parents did not believe a word I said of that experience that night. But as the years went by, they became believers, because for some reason my father's house is insanely haunted. Like, there are just mountains and books, stories I can tell you of the experiences that me and my family have had all alone. I mean, you saw the list when I emailed you. I had quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from there.
Yeah, so that was my first experience that really flipped the switch of making me a believer in the paranormal. And being here in New Mexico, I mean, UFOs are just. I mean, I can probably walk outside here in an hour and you'll see a UFO. It's insane how much stuff goes on in the sky, whether it's military related or not military related. You hear the stories in New Mexico and UFOs, and they're all true. I can tell you right now.
Yeah,
I've had at least 7 UFOs experiences just outside my balcony. You know, it's insane.
Do you think that's because it's the desert, or do you think that's because there's a lot of military action in that part of the country?
I want to say it's a mixture of both. I think because now we're a growing city and state. I think beforehand we were so, in a sense, kind of secluded. It was very small at the time, so I think it was just more prominent. I don't know what's going on with the UFO situation. I don't know if they felt comfortable being around this area, maybe studying something. And then military base, because right over outside my window is the Sandia Mountains, and Sandia has a secret base, military base, and operations out there. And me and my friends have seen them test some of their new aircrafts and vehicles right outside my window. You know, from disappearing glowing orbs to red flares in the sky that just disappeared. I've even witnessed a crazy lightning-like spear appear in the sky and then just disappear, but no one else can see this stuff. It's insane how fast these things move.
Are they not seeing it because they're not paying attention, or is this something where
it's so
they
quick,
physically
Eric,
can't see it?
I mean, it's over in a snap of a finger.
Okay.
Like the spear in the sky, as big as it was over in a flash. And only me and my friends saw it because we were walking up to the local Hastings up the street over here, and we just so happened to be there at the right time. You know, and it's kind of funny because I see so many UFOs, and I have a friend who's watching this right now. Her name is Shalif, and she lives in Arizona, and she sees a lot of UFOs too. In fact, we were doing a live call one time, and we were having an experience right as the live call happened. I mean, it's so insanely accurate and on time based. Like I can, like I said, walk outside at 3 a.m. and I know I'm going to see something.
But you know,
I mean, there was even. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, New Mexico is like a hotbed anyway. You know, if Roswell, you have Aztec, the crash at Aztec, Dulce base that people talk about all the time. There's just all kinds of things there, so it's not a surprise whatsoever that there's activity there, or Arizona for that matter. There's a lot of activity there. The Phoenix Lights.
Exactly. And one thing I was shocked about doing some research was we even have some dogman activity out here that I want to do more touch base on. And like you, I'm a huge dogman fanatic thanks to my friend Shalise from Arizona. I mean, that's probably one of the most like awe-inspiring cryptids to me, you know. So
yeah, we got to hear more about that for sure.
Definitely. But
awesome.
I appreciate you letting me tell the story at the last
minute.
Of
course. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I saw you in there 100 times, and I for some reason didn't even think that you're the Dan that was telling the story. So sorry about that, Dan. But thank you for letting me know, and I'm glad we got you in here at the end. And we stopped it, or we ended this thing on a high note or a spooky note. Let's put it that way. So thank you, Dan.
I would hope so. I appreciate you taking the time to let me in. And
of course.
Like I said, I'll be giving you more calls and recordings of my other experiences. I can't wait to share with the world. I've been dying to share. I've finally started posting up some of them on Reddit, but Monsters Among Us is definitely one of my favorite podcasts that I just accidentally came across in Reddit. So I was very, very stoked to be invited to this and tell everyone my stories and just it's crazy. Like I'm all goosebumped up right now.
Well, that's awesome.
I appreciate the opportunity.
And yeah, call them in. I'll get them in eventually. It takes a long time. I get a lot of calls, but they'll all get played eventually. So yeah, definitely share it. Awesome. Thanks, Dan. Thank you. All right, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for stopping by and hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you want a prize, shoot us an email. If you got a couple bucks you want to donate to Save Some Kittens, do that. Check the chat out for that. Sarah, if you can drop that in one more time for us. And anything else I need to touch? Oh, the bazaar. Please go check out the Paranormal Artist Bazaar at monstersamonguspodcast.com/spooky. There's up to 20% off of a ton of different cryptid art and that kind of thing. So go check it out. I think Sarah and I are going to buy some stuff here later today. That's it. I think everybody have a happy Halloween. Thanks again for hanging out with us, and stay spooky.
Thanks.
You guys all stay safe and clean out there.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.